Hello, science fans. Today we are talking about something amazing. It is an element called mercury. You might know it as quicksilver. Isn't that a cool name? Mercury is a metal, but it's not like other metals you see every day. Most metals are solid at room temperature. Think about a spoon or a coin. Mercury is special. It is a liquid. It flows and beads up. It looks like shiny silver water. Wow! Now where does this slippery, shiny stuff come from? Mercury is a natural element. It is found in the Earth's crust. Sometimes it is found as a red mineral. This mineral is called cinnabar. People have known about mercury for a very long time, thousands of years. In fact, ancient civilizations used it. They used it for many things, sometimes for decoration, sometimes for other purposes. It was fascinating to them, just like it is to us, scientifically speaking. You might wonder, Bill, where would I see mercury? Well, in the past, it was in common things. Many old thermometers used mercury. The silver line that went up showed the temperature. Some old light bulbs, the fluorescent kind, have a tiny bit. Even some old electrical switches or thermostats in homes had it. These items are less common now. We have found safer ways to do these jobs. Science marches on. So while you might not see it often, it's good to know about. Mercury can also be found in some old dental fillings. These are called amalgam fillings. Dentists use these for many years. Industries sometimes use mercury too, but for our daily lives, it's mostly in those older items, or if something containing it breaks. Understanding what it is and where it might be is the first step. Knowledge is power after all. Okay, so mercury is shiny and interesting, but here's the important part. Science crew, mercury can be dangerous. Yes, this liquid metal can cause harm. It is what scientists call a toxin. That means it is poisonous. It is especially a neurotoxin. Neuro means nerves. So it can hurt our brain. It can also hurt our nervous system. Our nervous system is like our body's control center. It sends messages everywhere. We need it to be healthy. Why is it so tricky? Well, mercury does not like to break down easily. If it gets into the environment, it can stay there. It can stay for a long, long time. It can get into water. It can get into soil. Tiny creatures might take it in. Then bigger creatures eat those tiny creatures. The mercury builds up. This is called bioaccumulation. That's a big word. It just means it collects in living things. This is not good for wildlife, and it is not good for us. The most dangerous form for us usually comes from its vapor. Elemental mercury, the liquid kind, gives off a vapor. You cannot see this vapor. You cannot smell it. But if you breathe it in, that's a problem. The vapor goes straight into your lungs, then it can get into your blood. Think about it. Air is all around us. If mercury vapor is in the air, we can breathe it without knowing. This is why a spill is a big deal. Besides breathing it, mercury can also get in other ways. If you touch liquid mercury, some can go through your skin. It's not as fast as breathing the vapor, but it can happen. And if someone accidentally swallows it, that's also a way it can get in. However, elemental mercury isn't absorbed as well when swallowed compared to its vapor. But still, any way it gets in is a concern. We want to keep this tricky metal outside our bodies, not inside. So imagine mercury gets into your body. What happens next? Well, it's like an unwelcome visitor. If you breathe in the vapor, it goes into your lungs. From your lungs, it can pass into your bloodstream. Your blood travels all over your body. So the mercury can travel too. It can reach important organs. It can reach your brain. It can reach your kidneys. These are organs we really need to protect. They do important jobs for us every single day. If someone is exposed to a lot of mercury vapor quickly, they might feel sick fast. This is called acute exposure. They might start coughing. They might have trouble breathing. They might feel a tightness in their chest. They could get a headache or shivers. Sometimes they might feel shaky or have tremors. These are signs that the body is reacting. It is saying, something is wrong here. It's a serious situation for sure. Now, what if someone is exposed to small amounts over a long time? This is called chronic exposure. This is also very dangerous. The mercury can build up slowly. It can cause damage that you might not notice right away. Long term, it can really harm the brain. This can affect memory. It can affect coordination. It can cause personality changes. Kidneys can also be damaged. Lungs too. It is especially harmful for developing babies and young children. Their brains are growing so fast. The key thing to remember is that mercury is powerful. Even tiny amounts can be a problem. It's not something to play with. It's not a toy. It's a chemical that demands respect. And by respect, I mean keeping a safe distance. Our bodies are amazing machines, but some things like mercury can throw a wrench in the works. We need to be aware of these hidden dangers. That's what science helps us do. All right, team, let's talk about safety. What if you find mercury? Say an old thermometer breaks. First, don't panic, but act smart. The most important thing, do not use a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum will heat the mercury. This makes more vapor. It will spread the vapor into the air. That's exactly what we don't want. Also, don't use a broom. That can break the mercury into smaller, harder to collect beads. Open windows to get fresh air in. Keep people and pets away from the area. For a very small spill, like from a thermometer, you can try to clean it. Wear rubber gloves. Use stiff paper or an eyedropper to collect the beads. Put the mercury and any contaminated items in a sealed plastic bag. Then put that bag in another sealed plastic bag. Label it clearly. Call your local health department or hazardous waste facility. They will tell you how to dispose of it safely. Don't just throw it in the trash. That lets it get into the environment. How else can we stay safe? Be aware of older items that might have mercury. If you have old thermometers or thermostats, think about replacing them. There are many mercury-free options now. They work just as well. When you buy new fluorescent bulbs, handle them carefully. If one breaks, air out the room. Clean it up carefully, like a small spill. Always choose the safer alternative when you can. Prevention is key. So, to sum it all up, mercury is a fascinating element. It's that shiny liquid metal, but it's also a silent threat. It can harm our health, especially our brain and nerves. It can get into our bodies by breathing its vapor or through skin contact. By knowing where it might be and how to handle it safely if we find it, we can protect ourselves. Being careful and informed is super important. Stay curious and stay safe. Science